welcome to class. I'm Temi. I'm your fashion tutor at TCG Fashions. So today I want to show you how to take accurate measurement for your pants, trousers, something like what I'm wearing. Okay, so when you are taking measurements, you take circumference measurements and vertical measurements. Okay, in taking circumference measurements, you take your tape around the part that you want to measure. In taking vertical measurements, in taking length measurements, either horizontal or vertical, you measure from one point to the other. Okay, so for the pants class, we are going to measuring the waist, the hip, and some other parts. So please follow me closely. I would advise you get maybe a ribbon or your bias tape or maybe a tape. Then you locate the waist of the pants. Ask the client, where do you want your pants to start from? Take for example, my pants, I love my pants starting above my navel. This is my navel. I love my pants starting above the navel. Some people are not like me, they want theirs on the navel or a little above, not this high. Some people want it high waist. So it depends on what your client wants. So whatever they tell you that they want the pants to start from, you take a tape and tie it around that part. For pants, this is compulsory. It is so compulsory so that you don't have any issue with fits or anything related to that. So, but don't make it too tight. Just tie it around like so. Okay, so that means all your length measurements will start from this point. Okay, so now take your biro, your pen, and record. Please, when you need to turn to the side, man. Your hand, take it now. So this is the side seam where I will start all my length measurements. The first thing you need to measure is waist to hip. So you will look, you use your eyes to check where the hip is at the fullest, then you trace it to the side. In our own case, it's about 6 inches. You record. You take your waist to knee. You will touch where the knee is. You record. Then the length of the trouser. Take for example, the trouser I'm wearing, it stops exactly on my ankle. Some people want their 3/4, so the length varies. Whatever length you want, you measure like so. But my measurement is along the side. I didn't bring the tape forward like this. I'm measuring along the side. So you measure and record. Are we together? So that's that about length measurements. So the next thing you need to measure are the circumference measurements. So the first you measure is the waist. You measure the waist circumference where the tape is. Are we together? But in your own case, please use ribbon. So for pants, I don't like pants that the waist drags, except you are making jumpsuits and you want to add the pants to a bodice to create a jumpsuit. But if it is just pants, it is good the pants fit well. The waist is not, you're not dragging the waist as you're walking. So if you are making just pants, you need to make the waist to be firm, not tight, but firm enough to hold, to stay where it should be. So you measure the waist like so. Then you measure the hip circumference. You can turn, man. You check where the hip is at the fullest. You check, ensure that there's no phone, there's no key, there's no money in the pockets, nothing to add to the measurement. And as much as possible, tell your clients to wear, lightweight clothes, outfits. They should not wear agbada to come and measure. If you are measuring for pants or trousers, the person must wear pants. You will know why very soon. So and the pants shouldn't be too thick that it will add to the measurement. So this is this. You measure the circumference. They measure the tie. Please can raise your top a little. Tie is immediately. You can stand up right now. Tie is immediately after the crotch. This is the crotch. Let me use myself. This is the crotch. Immediately after my crotch, that part is my tie for female clothing. So you just take your tape this way and you measure. Tie should not be too tight, except you are working with spandex fabric. If it's too tight, okay, let me just give you a guide. If you are making, this one that I'm wearing is spandex. This one, I couldn't make it loose. I have to measure it tightly so that I want this clingy product. So if this is your tie, let's say tightly is 22. Just add 1 inch to it to make 23. Do you understand? So let's say tightly is 22, add 1 inch to it to make 23. It shouldn't be too loose because when we are constructing, we'll still add some ease here and there. So that's for tie. Then when you are measuring the knee, it's important the person tilts the knee forward. I don't know if you can see my knee. It's important the person tilts the knee forward a little, not like this. That is to accommodate for when the person wants to bend. Okay, so she will tilt her knee forward a little, then you measure round. Can you see what I did? Okay, let me give you a guide. If you measure it tight is 15, add 1 inch to it, make it 16. We are making a straight pant for now. It shouldn't be too loose, it shouldn't be tight. Okay? Then when you want to measure the ankle, I don't measure the ankle per se. I measure here upwards. Okay? So you will take your tape. You might need to turn. So then you measure it upward. Let's say measuring it upward is 13. Add 1 inch to it. Or if you want it really, because the reason we are doing it this way is to ensure that no matter what, it will enter the leg. Even if you use 13, this trouser will enter a leg. This is the biggest circumference of the palm, so to say. So even if you use 13, it will still enter a leg. But since I've been adding 1 inch from up, except I want the mouth to be penciled. If I don't want the mouth to be penciled, I will need to add 1 inch to this one also. If you are working with stiff fabric and you want the mouth to be penciled, what they did here is what you will do. You will need to add zipper because there's no way it will enter if the fabric is stiff and the hem does not have any ease at all. So let me just do that now. I will just take my tape around and measure 14 inches. So this way I have what I need. So the last thing we measure is the crotch. There's something we call the crotch, and crotch will require you to sit down. You will sit down on a flat surface, then you measure from where the waist starts to the chair or the table. You sit down and just inside to give me space a little at this side. So this is this. I don't know if you can see, or maybe you should turn. Yes, adjust. So we are measuring from this waist to this chair. So just place your tape like so, then measure till it gets to the chair. Don't have mercy on the measurements. Don't feel like, oh, this is too long, let me reduce it. No. If you reduce it, you have issue. You can see how firm this place is. You know, I can bend, I can squat, I can run, I can do anything. This is what contributes for that. So you have to measure whatever it gives you. So in our own case, it is 11. So I will record it. Which other thing do we need for pants? I think that's all. So you can stand up now. In case you are now making a jumpsuit, your body's length must stop where the trouser length starts. Your body's length must stop where the trouser length starts. So take for example, you don't want your bodies to join here. That means your trouser length will start from wherever your body's length stops. That is the only way that your outfit can fit well. Wherever let's say for example, I'm making my body's length to stop on 15. My trouser can't start, see, bodies is stopping on 15. So what happens to the 2 inches extra that is in the middle? Do you want to introduce a band? If you are not introducing a band of 2 inches, that means your trouser length, all the length measurements that we measured earlier must start from here. And your crotch will also start from where your body stops. I believe that is clear. So please take your measurements and submit in class. Let me see before you start construction. So thank you so much for choosing to learn from me. I will see you in the next class. Bye for now.